Parenting is one of the most rewarding experiences in life, but it can also be the most challenging one. And when you add in the opinion and judgment of others, it can make things even more difficult. You know the feeling. Say you are at a family gathering or a friend's party or just out in the public, and someone makes a comment about your parenting style or the decision that you have taken. And that leaves you feeling insecure and doubting yourself. It's frustrating, right? But don't worry, you are not alone. Dealing with people who doubt your parenting skills is something that many of us have experienced at one point of time or the other. And the good news is that there are ways to handle it without losing your cool or without compromising on your parenting style. And that's exactly what we are going to discuss in today's video. And we'll be talking about the tips and tricks to deal with those who doubt your parenting style. So let's get started with the first one. Remember that you are the parent. The very first point. As a parent, it's natural to seek advice and guidance from others when it comes to making decisions about your child. However, when faced with doubt or criticism from others, it is important to remember that you have a unique understanding of the strengths, needs, and challenges of your child, and you are ultimately responsible for making the best decision for them. For instance, if a friend or a family member questions your decision of limiting your child's screen time, it is important to remember that you are the one who knows what's working for your child best. Perhaps you have noticed that your child becomes irritable and has trouble sleeping after spending too much of time in front of screen. So trust your instincts and stick to your decision to limit the screen time, and this will lead to a happier and healthier child in the long run. I'll give you another example. Say a family member criticizes you for not putting your child in a certain extracurricular activity or a program that they believe is important. However, you may know that your child is not interested in that activity or it may not align with your family's values and schedule. Remember that you are the parent and it is ultimately your decision. I'll give you another example. Your friend may question your decision to homeschool your child instead of sending them to a regular traditional school. However, you may have researched and considered all options and decided that homeschooling is the best fit for your child, given your child's individual needs and their learning style. In this case, it is important to trust yourself as a parent and not let others' doubts shake your confidence in your decision. Now, moving on to the second point. Consider the source. When it comes to receiving parenting advice or criticism, it is important to consider the source. Not everyone who offers an opinion on parenting skills is qualified to do so. So, when somebody criticizes you or judges your parenting advice, look for these things. First one, look for their expertise. It is important to look for the source that has some level of expertise in the field of parenting. For example, pediatricians, child psychologists, or even experienced parents can be a great source of information and advice. These individuals have likely encountered a variety of parenting situations and can offer you a valuable insight. Next, question the source's agenda. Sometimes people offer unsolicited advice with their own agenda in mind. For example, a friend or a family member may offer a parenting advice because they feel that they know what is best for your child. However, their advice may not be in the best interest of your child or may not even align with your values and beliefs. And the next thing, consider the source's parenting style. People have different parenting styles, and what works for one parent may not work for the other. It is important to take into account the source's own parenting style and whether it aligns with your own or not. For example, if someone is suggesting you a strict parenting style and that is very different from your own style, then it may not be the best advice for you. And researchers have shown that seeking advice from multiple sources can be beneficial for parents. No doubt in that. Even researchers have also found that parents who receive advice from multiple sources report less stress and more confidence in their parenting abilities. However, it is important to make sure that your source is reputable and that the advice that you receive is aligned to your values and beliefs. The third thing, communicate with your partner. Parenting can be a challenging journey and becomes even more difficult when both the parents are not on the same page. Researchers have shown that consistent and united parenting, where both parents come together, leads to better outcomes for children. And that is why it is crucial to communicate with your partner and have an united front when it comes to parenting decisions. So, how do you benefit from communicating with your partner? Let's look at that in details. One is you will have a shared vision. One of the key benefits of communicating with your partner is that it helps you build a shared vision and a common understanding of how you want to raise your child. This can be especially helpful when it comes to disciplining and setting boundaries. When both parents agree on how they want to discipline their child, it helps them prevent the confusion and mix up of messages in there for their child. Additionally, communicating with your partner can help you reduce conflicts and disagreements that may arise from different parenting styles. Studies have found that parents who have different parenting styles are more likely to experience conflict and negative outcomes in parenting, such as an increase in the child's behavioral problems. By communicating with your partner, you can work together to find a common ground and ensure that both of your parenting styles are taken into account. Another important aspect of communicating is the ability to provide emotional support to one another. Raising children can be an emotionally taxing exercise. It can be challenging to manage everything on your own. By taking your partner in confidence, by talking to your partner, you can share that emotional load and support each other through the ups and downs of parenting. Now, moving on to the fourth one, be open to constructive criticism. When dealing with people who doubt your parenting style, it is important to be open to constructive criticism. So, what is a constructive criticism? Constructive criticism is a feedback that is intended to help you improve rather than criticize or attack you. When you receive constructive feedback, when you receive constructive criticism, it is important to listen to that feedback, consider it objectively, and use the parts that are helpful for you. Researchers have shown that being open to constructive feedback can help improve your parenting skills. Researchers have also found that parents who receive feedback on their parenting skills were more likely to change the behavior and improve their parenting practices. There is even a study that has found that parents who are more open to feedback are more likely to make changes to their parenting practices. However, it is important to distinguish between constructive feedback and unhelpful feedback or unhelpful criticism. Unhelpful criticism is harmful for you. It's harmful for your self-esteem. It's harmful for your parenting practices. It is important to be able to recognize the difference and not let unhelpful criticism affect you or let you down. For example, if someone criticizes your decision to let your child choose their own clothes, you may consider the feedback and evaluate whether it aligns with your parenting values and the needs of your child. On the other hand, if someone criticizes your decision to breastfeed or formula feed your child, which is a very personal decision, you may disregard that feedback as unhelpful. Number 5, stay true to your personal parenting style. As a parent, it's natural to want to seek validation and approval of others. But it is also important to remember that ultimately you know what is best for your child and your family. Staying true to your parenting style and beliefs can help you create a stable, consistent environment for your child, which is essential for the development of your child. So it's important to note here that there is no one-size-fits-all approach in parenting. And what works for one family will not work for the other. And that's why stay true to your own parenting style. If you find yourself doubting your parenting style, take some time to reflect on why you chose that parenting style in the first place. Consider the values and the principles that are important for you and your child and your family, and how your parenting style aligns with those values. Remember that it is okay to make mistakes and learn from them. No parent is perfect, and it is normal to make adjustments to your parenting style as and when your child keeps growing and shifts from one development stage to another. However, changing your parenting style to please others or to fit in the societal expectation can be detrimental for your child's well being. Now, coming to the sixth point, communicate assertively. When dealing with people who doubt your parenting skills, it is important to communicate assertively. And assertive communication involves expressing your opinion, expressing your needs and feelings in a clear and direct way, while also respecting the opinion and feelings of the others. By communicating assertively, you can establish clear boundaries and let others know that you are confident in your parenting decision. So, here are some examples. Always use I statements. When expressing your feeling and opinions, use I statement rather than the you statement. This can help you avoid putting the other person in a defensive mode and make it clear that you are expressing your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own opinions. Secondly, stay calm and respectful. Even if the other person becomes defensive or confrontational, it is important to stay calm and respectful. Avoid getting into an argument or shouting match. Otherwise, this situation will only escalate, it will not end. The third thing, set clear boundaries. If the other person continues to doubt your parenting skills, despite your assertive communication, it may be necessary to set clear boundaries. Let them know that you do not appreciate their constant criticism and that you will make your own decisions about how to raise your child. And now, coming to the last point, which is seek support when needed. Parenting can be challenging and sometimes isolating experience, especially when others doubt your parenting skills. And when that other person is in the family, it even escalates the problem, escalates the situation. Seeking support from other parents and professionals can help you here. So, what can you do to seek support? The easiest thing that you have in your access is to join different parenting communities. They offer opportunities to connect with other parents who may also be going through the similar situations. And researchers have shown that parents who participate in these kinds of groups, the group conversations, feel less isolated and more confident in their parenting skills. And if required, seek professional help. It is important to remember that seeking support does not mean that you are not a good parent. In fact, seeking support is a sign of strength and it shows that you are committed to being the best parent that you can be. By connecting with others who understand and support your parenting style, you'll feel more empowered, more confident in your parenting decisions. We know that parenting is a personal journey and every child is different. Researchers show that parents who trust their instincts make confident decisions and are more likely to have positive outcome for their child. Researchers have also shown that parents who were confident and authoritative in their parenting style had children who demonstrated higher levels of academic achievement and social competence. You know your child better than anyone else on earth, and you are the one who makes the decisions about how to raise them. And that is why it is important to trust yourself and your instincts as a parent.